Now, with strut application, you have an optimal application, and then you're going to work back from there based on what the vehicle gives you and what your terrain features give you. So if you think about how these struts are going to work and how they're going to stabilize this load, your ideal application is to bisect the angles of the vehicle. So you got a plane going this way and you got a plane going this way. If you can come into that joint at a bisecting 45 or less angle, so 45, 30 degrees, that's your optimal, capturing this corner, that's going to give you maximum stability when you put your straps in to resist movement this way, this way, this way, and this way. Does that make sense? As you move those more in line with either of the planes, you lose more and more resistance capability of lateral shifts. So if I were to put those struts in straight on the rear end and then ratchet them in, I have no resistance to this load shifting this way. Does that make sense? Or this way. So optimally, you're always going at 45. The other advantage that you get of bisecting those planes of the vehicle is it opens up your approach angles to the vehicle for your extrication operations. Whereas if you walk those inside, you run them both here, well, you just created a narrow profile if you're going to choose this as an access point. Does that make sense? Okay. If you're using a strut that can only be truly pressurized with a strap, and you're doing a pretty invasive operation using doing level 2 stuff, one of the things we'll always do is pin the base plates in addition to tensioning them. Does that make sense? More times than not, I will see one group get ahead of the other group. They'll get these placed. They'll start pinning the base plates before they're tensioned. Does that make sense? Well, if you pin the base plates and it's a ratchet assembly tensioning application, you're never going to get a pressurized. Does that make sense? So having the redundancy of both options is very, very advantageous. Go ahead and grab the Paratech hammer.